Alright, hi everyone. This is my second video of me reading chapter 10 of Searching for Dragons. I keep wanting to say Calling on Dragons, but that's the next book. When he was satisfied that he knew exactly what he intended to do and in what order, he put a hand on the hilt of his sword and looked at Cimmerian. Ready? Whenever you are, Cimmerian said. Minibar nodded and drew his sword. He heard Cimmerian suck in her breath as he raised the weapon over his head and swung it in a slow circle. Carefully, he pointed the sword at the carpet and pushed a tiny bit of power out to label it for the next part of the spell. Then he pointed the sword at Cimmerian and repeated the process even more gently than before. Cimmerian shivered, but she remained silent. Turning, Minibar pointed the sword in the direction of the enchanted forest. Now for the tricky part. He drew on the power in the sword, feeling it hum through the hilt and into his hands. In his mind he pictured the giant trees of the enchanted forest, ranged in silent rows around the rocks that edged the green glass pool, with the still water reflecting them like a green mirror. When he was sure he had the picture clear and steady in his mind, he gave the power in the sword the same twisting pull he used to move from place to place within the enchanted forest. Slowly, almost reluctantly, the rocks began to blur and fade. Mist rose, wavering to veil the mountains and sky. Then, just as the landscape was about to vanish into thick, woolly grayness, the mist stopped condensing. For a moment, everything was still. Then the mist thinned, and the outlines of the rocks and mountains grew sharper. Almost, thought Mendebar. It must need more power because we're outside the enchanted forest. He clenched his hands around the hilt of the sword and pulled again, hard. Gray fog slammed down around him like a window shutter dropping closed. Something hit him like a giant's hammer, and he felt himself falling. Now I've done it, he thought vaguely, just before everything went black. I hope Cimmerian is all right. Then he lost consciousness completely. He didn't even feel himself land. Did he transport somewhere too, or... I'm so glad I get to keep reading because I need to read the next chapter right now.